I think we are live, and I'll just no, that's better. Hi everyone. I'm just waiting for few people to join, and we'll start the live. Hello, hi Gopi, hi Venkatesh. Thank you for joining. Hi Sneha. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I'm just waiting for few people to join, and I don't want you people to wait, so we'll start quick this time. Hello, hello, hello. Already six people. That's quick. That's quick. So whoever is here, invite your friends to this live because this live session is going to be very interesting because we have a very special personality today. He's an expert in mountaineering and someone who has done Everest. Can you imagine? So yeah. So invite your friends. Invite few people to join this live, and we'll start soon. To introduce myself, hi everyone, my name is Rizwan Khan and I'm your host for today's live session. Like last live session, I brought amazing personality, and today we have even like someone who's done Mount Everest, and I am personally very excited to do a conversation with this personality because I've never met anyone who has done Everest in real life. But this time I'm at least going to talk to him. So I'll just invite him and I'll introduce him to you people. I have just sent a request. Let's wait for him to join. Venkatesh, hello.
Hi, yeah, one second.
I'm good. Hello, finally you're
Hi.
here. How are you doing?
Good, Rizwan. Good to see you here.
Thank you so much. I am very excited to do this conversation with you because personally it is very inspiring for me to talk to someone who has done Everest. Like, can you, I can imagine, I have never talked to someone. So in this conversation, I would definitely like to know how your experience has been in like climbing Everest. So, and of course, people who are watching this live, दिल थाम के बैठिए बिकॉज आपके सामने आने वाली है बहुत एडवेंचरस स्टोरी अबाउट क्लाइंबिंग एवरेस्ट सो टू स्टार्ट दिस कॉन्वर्जेशन like climbing Everest is something not easy. Like as far as I know, I'm a mountaineer, you are a mountaineer. You have to do mountaineering courses and climb certain peaks before you can go ahead and climb Mount Everest. So to do those things, I would like to know what actually fueled your passion. Like what made you choose that? Yeah, I want to do mountaineering and I want to climb Mount Everest.
So basically, let me tell you my personal story. I was born in a very, very conservative Marwadi family here in Mumbai
Okay.
suburbs, and where nobody does anything to do with sports, forget adventure thing. And so it is not like, everyone around you is doing something nice and exciting. You are like just there. So, but there is something which is what I say that the calling has to remain within you. Whatever is
True.
your passion is always you're born with that. It just doesn't come out one day, okay, this is my passion. It's just that you need a moment of inspiration for that to say, look, this is what I want to do, maybe that thing to come. But it's always there within you. As a kid,
Yeah.
even from going from Bombay to Pune, I would stand near the train doors at Lonavala just because the hills excited me so much. So that thing was there with me, but never got a opportunity to do anything outdoor with family. So as soon as I started in my career, in my job, I just went and started exploring the mountains for many, many years, and I was doing many treks once I started high altitude treks. But uh, the decision to take up something like Everest only came when I was like 44 years plus, almost touching 45, and I made up my mind.
That's great. That's great.
अभी नहीं कर
In itself is very inspiring to do this in this age. Like I'm very inspired to talk to you.
because I had done Everest Base Camp twice. I had done Annapurna Circuit.
Oh,
I'd done many treks in India, but every time, twice I went to Everest Base Camp and I saw Everest, and I said to myself, इसके आगे maybe ये lifetime में नहीं होगा, शायद next lifetime में आके करेंगे, because condition ही नहीं था, mind का condition बचपन से ऐसा किया कि अपन मारवाड़ी लोग के लिए ये काम नहीं है अपना, है ना, अपना काम काम करना है, पैसा कमाना है, so वो दूसरे लोग को करने दो. So it took
true.
a long many years for me to finally come out of that condition, because somebody had wrongly put in your mind तुम क्या कर सकते हो, तुम क्या नहीं कर सकते हो. And finally that I mustered up that courage to go and make an attempt at Everest. कि बस अभी एक attempt मारूंगा, जहाँ तक पहुँचागा ठीक रहेगा. And then of course there's a long journey after that which we'll talk about today.
Perfect, perfect. मतलब I think there are many inhibitions inside us कि हमसे हो पाएगा नहीं, और self doubt and like many other things from pressure from other people. But until we do it from ourselves, from our inside, that passion comes in, that instinct that हाँ मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. That's the best thing to do anything you can you want to do in life. So yeah, and since you're talking about that, before doing Everest, like a person needs to do high altitude treks, a person needs to get well acquainted with how the trek culture is, how these high altitude mountains are conquered. So can you talk about what's the preparation level required? What person has to prepare to do these treks?
Yeah. So let me share something on my own journey from here on this one. एक तो ये था कि I was a very good trekker. मतलब I've done many 5,500 meter treks, almost like 18,000 feet treks you may say. Quite a few of them in India, Nepal. But and going to the mountains for 25 years, मेरे को एक चीज तो फंडा क्लियर था कि trekking is different sport, mountaineering is different sport. Your mountaineering starts where your trekking ends, right? Literally, उसके बाद में it gets technical in nature,
True.
and for that you have to learn skills. And
Hmm.
good trekker doesn't mean you are going to be a good mountaineer. Mindset एकदम अलग हो जाता है. But your skill sets have to be different. You now need to know rope skills, tying up your crampons, survive करना high altitude पे एक अलग ही game है. And I had one problem basically कि I was in corporate life as a senior vice president with Aditya Birla Group. And now I was not a trained course of BMA from like any of the institutes or advanced mountaineering course. I had not done that, and I didn't want to do that. I was almost beyond the age where they would take students in. And secondly, I didn't have 6 weeks being in the corporate to go and do 6 weeks ka this, then 6 weeks ka this, and then maybe do it with 20-year-old. वहाँ पे मेरा motivation to do with 20-year-old will be very different when a 45-year-old is training with them, right? And
Correct.
so what I decided to do is I will learn all those skills which I would require for Everest through private coaching. And I figured out through a lot of people here and there connection बनाया, नेपाल में connection बनाया, उत्तरांचल में connection बनाया, caught a lot of people कि मुझे ये ice craft सीखना है, ये snow craft सीखना है, मुझे ये slope पे चलना है, ये rock पे चलना है.
Okay.
Bombay में there was a friend now Kuntal Joshar is a very well known mountaineer. He trained me for the North Face climb because North Face is a very rocky climb. So he trained me for that. So I tried to learn in small 1 week capsules over 8 or 10 different sessions what I needed for Everest.
I think this is even more commendable because most of the people who go for Mount Everest and other high altitude peaks like top this thing summits, they do mountaineering courses and other stuff to get professionally trained for it. And you doing it in parts and pieces and learning from people who are into this community, it's even more like commendable. True respect to that. Yeah.
What I did is I learned from professionals. I learned from professionals as a private coaching rather than going for a school. Let me tell you, it was private tuition. So, so I could learn 2-3 days focused what I wanted to learn rather than learn the same thing over 10 days in a BMA or this thing. Because time was a problem for me. And so I could, those guys like literally were putting all the time on me. It was like a one-to-one coaching. What I wanted to learn about rappelling in snow conditions and basic ice axe, basic jumaring on the ice wall. So I did it into private coaching because there are no shortcuts. You can't take a shortcut on the mountain. Like in corporate life, I say there are no shortcuts to the top. 1% people get lucky, जुगाड़ करके पहुंच जाएंगे ऊपर. यहाँ पे जुगाड़ काम में नहीं आएगा. यहाँ पे
जुगाड़ करने जाओगे कितने जल्दी आप सीख सकते हो वो काम है.
Whatever जुगाड़ यहाँ पे आपको जितना ट्रेनिंग किया आपने वही काम में that will be of use to you. So keeping that in mind is I trained for everything for almost 18 months. I trained along with my job. I was in corporate life, so I trained that along with my job. Morning, nights, weekends, and my time off as a senior vice
Like
president.
balancing work life and balancing passion, it's not easy. It's not easy. So I think you are doing something which is going to definitely inspire whoever is watching us to do whatever they want to do in life, whatever they love. Like also talking about the skills, you mentioned that like many technical skills and many other skills are needed to climb Mount Everest. One of the skills I know, like which is the most important, is your mind has to be stronger than your physical body, which I have heard, and which most of the people I talk to tell me that on high altitude like Mount Everest, your how strong you mentally are matters more than how physically strong you are. So on that I want to ask you, how was your journey of climbing Mount Everest? Like if you want to highlight some of the best moments, some of the moments that challenged you, like how was it to be on the top of Mount Everest?
So Rizwan, I actually totally disagree with you here. And to
Okay.
people who say about mental strength है, ये आप 21
Mm-hmm.
किलोमीटर का मैराथन रन नहीं कर रहे हो कि जहाँ पे 20 भाग लिया और 1 किलोमीटर माइंड बोला भाग जाओ और कर लेंगे, right? This is
Okay.
not. And people often ask me this question. To be honest, I am a
Uh-huh.
speaker in many forums. As a motivational speaker, I am a professional speaker also these days. And people often ask me this question: "Ki your mental strength must be very good that you climbed Everest." And I said, "What is mental strength?" In fact, I can ask the
Mm-hmm.
audience here, "What is mental strength?" And lot of people, I'm sure, will give me the response here also. Mental strength मतलब determination है, करके दिखाना है, एकदम commitment है. That is
Like never
dhitpana.
give up
That is,
attitude. Never give up
yeah,
attitude.
but that is not mental strength. That is simply
Okay.
dhitpana, jiddipana, determination hai. People misconstrue these attributes with mental strength. On the mountain, only your legs and your lungs can make you climb.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
तुम बोलोगे इसमें ताकत नहीं है, लंग्स में पावर नहीं है, लो ऑक्सीजन एनवायरनमेंट में करना, bullshit. Nothing can your mind can do.
Correct. Maybe. Matlab,
Nothing.
I definitely
It can
like
do
what I've heard
nothing.
and what you are saying. It's very like learning for me to understand a different perspective from someone who has climbed Everest. So yeah.
Yes. So then comes another question: what exactly is mental strength? And this is what is I
Correct.
want to tell my audience, which is very important to understand what is mental strength. Then, if mental strength is not determination, if mental strength is not this thing, because only your legs and lungs can पाँव में ताकत नहीं है, आप क्या चढ़ोगे? माइंड बोलेगा ऊपर जाएगा तो नीचे कैसा आएगा? वहां पर नीचे भी तो आना
Correct.
है, right? So mental
Point.
strength for me, in my experience going through this, because I knew I would only make one attempt. I was going to climb when I was 46 at that point of time. I probably am
Mm-hmm.
only going to get the time and money to do one attempt at Everest, right? And obviously to even convince my family, that's a separate story about it. That
Oh,
I want to do some.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that part also. Like I'm waiting for you to finish.
So if I'm going to make one attempt at it, I have to give it the best, right? And I spent जितना टाइम मैंने फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग में डाला उतना मैं रिसर्च में डाला.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that what does a climb from a south side look like? What does a climb from the north face of Everest look like? What will be the section? I checked almost every video I could on the climb. I spoke to
Mm-hmm.
almost about 30 Everesters
Mm-hmm.
on how did they choose to climb from south side, north side, what was their experience of camp 1, camp 2 पे क्या था, camp 3 पे क्या condition था, क्या था, how did they answer nature's call about 23,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
An amount
Like
of
these are very important
information I
questions.
had gathered actually prepared my mind कि बॉस अगर सिचुएशन ए खराब हो रहा है तो हाउ टू टैकल दैट, सिचुएशन बी खराब हो रहा है हाउ टू टैकल दैट. सो अगर if you have anticipated 8 out of 10 situations and have a plan B,
Yeah.
then two surprise come, you can bear it. अगर 10 का 10 आपको शॉक आ गया, that is when your mind breaks down, your body breaks down. So simply mental strength is the power of information.
I think. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
True.
and that cannot be misconstrued with कि mental strength है तो चलो climb कर ले. No, if you don't know how to handle a situation, then you can't do that. And that is mental strength. You know how to handle a situation in
Yeah, matlab,
adversity on the
obviously,
mountain.
Obviously, matlab, to give you an example, like I'm not sure if the perfect example, but in the military, before going for a war, they teach you how to tackle every situation. Like this might be a bad example, but this is what is coming to my mind. And similarly, going for a trek like Everest, if you don't know how to tackle any situation, definitely on the spot your mind, you will go blank, and you will, like, you might do certain different things which is not required and which could be unpredictable. So yeah, definitely, like, knowing what situation can come and how to tackle them is very important at that time.
Absolutely, and that is mental strength. If your plan B and C, you will not panic. The moment you panic,
like
your
like
body breaks
like
down.
since we are talking about the situation, was there, can you highlight any one situation which happened with you there on top, like reaching the top, and you handled it very, like, decisively, taking a good decision? Can you highlight one of those situations?
I don't know whether it was good or bad at that point of time, but things could have gone wrong. But when we were climbing from Camp 1 to Camp 2, which is from 23,000 to 25,000 feet on the north side, it's almost like a never-ending slope. It's not a vertical climb. It's not a vertical climb. It's a just nice gradient after the north call to Camp 2, but it's a never-ending walk. You can see it, but खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है, खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है, चल के जाओ ऐसा going up and down, and on the ice, it's full on the snow all the way till this, and it's almost like a 7 hour climb, and now you are with almost 7 kgs on your 15 kgs on your back now, right? After with the with cylinders and all for the final push when you're going, and we see clouds coming beyond the ridge of the summit, and clouds are actually a bad sign on the mountain.
Okay, okay.
Because clouds means the storms can come anytime. If you want a clear day.
Hmm.
And we were up going towards Camp 2, and we had done 5 hours into the Camp 2. And
Hmm.
we knew that the storm is coming. And matlab, I wish I could show the audience here the videos of the storm we got caught in. But we knew one thing: we are 5 hours in. If we try to come down, we will still be in the storm. But if you come down, means our expedition is over, because your
Oh,
oxygen का
okay.
supply खत्म हो जाएगा. उतना ही आपके पास oxygen to go up and come down. There's no unlimited
Correct.
supply of oxygen. But the other part is that if you are going from, we cut the 2 hours. It was also the same risk as coming down. We might as well cut it through. And literally we could see 6 feet away on the edge of the mountain. We cut through that for 2 hours. And उस वक्त पहली बार लाइफ में लगा कि आज अपना वन वे टिकट भगवान ने काट के दिया है, literally. that that is one section of the climb I can never forget, when we decided to cut through that storm and continue going up. बोला नीचे में भी मरना है, ऊपर में भी मरना है, तो might as well go up and make it. And we cut through that storm actually for 2 hours. But that was something where
Nice.
probably one of the closest encounters you have with what can go wrong in the mountain.
I'm sure after coming back, you must have shared all these experience, all these situations with your family. And since we were talking about family earlier, I want to ask you, what was their reaction when you told them that, I'm going for the Mount Everest expedition? Like, what was their reaction? How did they react to it?
So first of all, matlab, I don't believe in talking too many things outside before it happens, and that's not my way of thinking. And there's a good reason. Probably if we have the time, I can discuss that part. But actually, very select people knew that I was summiting Everest. In fact, my mother got to know I summited Everest after I summited Everest. Actually, and most of the people at work, most of my siblings, only very select 4 or 5 close friends who were in my trekking community. My wife had told not to tell nobody, my in-laws, my uncles, and nobody knew about this thing till I actually came back to base camp after my summit. Okay,
Oh,
and obviously it was not easy with my wife to accept something like this. We don't come traditionally from a adventure family with a nice corporate, good-paying job, teenage daughter. Why do you want to do something like that, right? It is not funny. You want to go on trek, go for a trek. But and she used to always ask, "Can you do it? Can you do it? Is it? Are you made it for?" So
so what did you answer when she said that, can you do it, can you do it? Because I'm sure, if I would have been in your shoes, I was like, मुझे भी नहीं पता मैं कर पाऊंगा, वो तो वहीं जाके पता चलेगा.
are you married, Rizwan?
No, I'm not.
Good. So one thing you will learn is when wife asks too many questions, learn to keep quiet. Don't respond. because you will
Thank
never
you
be
for the
right.
tip. Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the tip.
So
Like also coming back to the expedition topic, like for the expedition, Everest expedition, special kind of gears are required, right? Like not you cannot wear everyday pants to like mount something like Mount Everest. And I have heard that you have started your adventure gear company called Gokyo. Like what was the inspiration behind starting Gokyo? You're also wearing it. Wow.
yeah, yeah. So that's one of my. So see, one I have been in the apparel retail industry for 27 years. I'm a corporate guy. I know I've not been a. I was doing trekking as a passion, but otherwise I have been in garment retailing. Worked with Arvind, Raymond's, Walmart Canada, where I used to live for, and on the garment side. So I understand technical parts of garments. But during my own experience as a trekker in India and what I used to shop abroad and what I used to shop in India for clothes, I just found like the quality of what you get and the range you get is just pathetic. There's simply no good quality option in India. And there's one big chain which has started, but I believe compared to what international brands are, this chain doesn't offer the same level of quality there for the masses. In fact, my own whole shopping for Everest happened either from US or I did it in Nepal with the branded shops which are there, like North Face, Columbia, Patagonia, Mountain Hardware. You get all the leading brands available in Kathmandu. Unfortunately, they are
Okay.
not in India, so I had to get them from US. My
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
would come there,
I
or I
think
did two
that's
trips.
one of the major problem. Most of the high altitude trekkers or someone who wants to do climb these mountains face that gear. They don't find the right gear for it. Like of course not Indian brands.
Yes, yes. They're not there, and I wanted to do something premium in the market, knowing my knowledge uh, of mountains and my passion for mountains and my experience in the mountains and my clothing experience. So I just gave up my corporate job 6 months ago after 27 and a half years in the corporate world. I gave it up and I want to do my life for my passion as a mountain guide as well as training people for altitude and my own clothing brand, Gokyo. And Gokyo was a place, actually, the second time I was going to Everest Base Camp, I decided to go through a route called Gokyo. Gokyo Re, then Chola Pass, and then you come to Everest Base Camp. The first time I went directly via Dingboche, Lobuche. And this time I came down to Gokyo. And when you went to go to Gokyo Re, above Gokyo Lake, the view from there is the closest thing, I think the best 360-degree view of the mountains you can get in this world.
Like
I'm
I
that.
like after hearing you, I'm like मुझे जाना है अभी के अभी जाना है.
So from this place, you see Everest, you see Lhotse, you see Makalu, which are the top three, and then you see Choyu on the in the Tibet side. So you see four
Okay.
8,000 peaks in one view. This side is a nice blue lake down below you, and then you see the Chola Pass and this, and it is like in 2013 I was there. मेरा दिमाग में आया कि मैं लाइफ में अगर कुछ करूंगा अपना इनिशिएटिव तो ये नाम से करूंगा. And 8 years down the
Perfect.
line, it manifested into a brand called Gokyo, and it is got an influence of Tibet. You know, Tibet has become so much a part of me, that culture of
Yeah.
Tibet and the mountains. And this is actually,
And I
in
think
a way,
your
the brand logo, the
the
fair flag.
logo of Gokyo is related to the Tibetan flags also. I can
Yes,
find the similarity.
yes, yes. That is, those five colors are, those who are in the mountains regularly, they can associate the power of that flag, that colors into the climb and the essence and spirit of the mountain. And that's what I wanted as a logo for my brand. And Gokyo was the name. And I thought, let me make passion plus experience is equal to Gokyo.
I think you have done a perfect combination of your experience in corporate world of retail industry plus your passion of mountaineering and this thing and combine it and bring it up as Gokyo.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Like so, what are the products you want Gokyo to be known for? Can you talk about it?
So basically, Gokyo is going to be a premium brand. It is not competing with a mass product label where I'm actually going to make premium products, which I know as a mountaineer helped me. The kind of clothing I wore from the top branded goods. That's the quality I want to make, but definitely not at the price probably what I would pay 12,000 to 15,000 for a hiking bottom. Maybe not that, but I don't want it to be also the cheap label brand. Also, just keep pant bana diya. I really want it to be using my experience to do a good quality fabric styling, almost like any international brand like North Face or Marmot or Patagonia. Get inspired from those kind of clothing and fitting, and yet make it a little premium, not very very premium for the Indian market. And you know, some of the products have launched the high altitude pant because instead of wearing a base layer and then people wear a pant, this pant is a bonded fleece fabric which I started with. Now I'm next month launching with the warmest base layer in India, because you wear that and you will be sweating wherever you are, even in India. So
So,
that's a kind of
to mention to whoever is watching this live and hearing this conversation, to mention, I have one Gokyo high altitude pants, and I can vouch for the quality and how premium it is. So, definitely, if you are watching this live and want to suggest some high altitude gear to your friends who are going for high altitude treks, you should definitely check out Gokyo on Wild Country app, their website, and you would love the product. I would say that
thank
because
you.
I've used it.
So starting with the high altitude is where I thought the gap was, and then now I'm launching the regular low altitude people for products to do that. But really, I'm taking my time to build a brand so that I play with the quality part of it rather than just making a label. So I want this brand to be recognized as a premium quality product brand for. It's really inspired by the Tibetan and Himalayan heights.
I would be very proud, and definitely you would be very proud, because first of all, it's the mountaineering brand, and plus it's an Indian brand,
Indian
made in
brand,
India.
and that's what I really want to say. It's India's own outdoor clothing company, right? Because uh,
Yeah. I think it's going to do well because Indian market doesn't have very much this thing adventure gear brands which are uh, bringing up products like what you are. So I think it's going to go very well.
yes, and that
So
product has been doing very well now. The warm pants which are selling on Amazon and Gokyo are really because that product is simply not available in India
okay.
with anyone, and now so that pant is doing very well. Then now I'm developing the regular low altitude pants, which will actually give you the look of wearing a North Face product, for
And
a
I
price
think
of much.
apart from wearing it from high altitude only for trekking, you can wear it for skiing and biking also.
Yes,
Like if
yes,
you're going
those
for the
pants.
high altitude
Yes,
areas.
those pants. Some people have used regularly now for skiing for the this year at Gulmarg because it's got a very very classy look and it's got room at the knee for skiing as well as hiking. So and it keeps you cold without wearing. It's a very lightweight garment at the same time and very compact
So let
because
me read out few comments from the live. Joanne is saying we don't have any Indian brands, so super proud to go Gokyo.
thank you,
Like people are already welcoming it, like super happy.
thank you.
Okay. For people who are watching, if you before I wrap up this round and go to our next round, if you want to ask any questions to Venki, I'll cover those questions at the end of the live session. So put your questions in the comment section. I'll definitely bring few ups. Okay. So let's move on to our next section. Now, Venki, this next round is something very interesting. It's a rapid fire round, and I want you to answer these questions very quickly, like thinking quick and answering quick. So, are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here comes
So
your first question. Top three essentials in your backpack for your Everest expedition.
so lots and lots of water for my Everest for the top, especially on the summit part. It was only water and water because that's where people die, lack of water. And always carry that. You can go
Next.
without food, but not without water. Then was
Okay.
simple almonds and walnuts.
Okay.
And third was uh, you know what? Really speaking on Everest, it was a pill to stop loose motions when I was
Okay.
normal
Okay.
because I didn't want to use washroom for 4 days when I was summiting up.
And anything can happen on mountains. So yeah, you have to be prepared for it.
Yes, so I actually choked my system from when I left base camp. I took a pill to stop my system down for 6 days. I didn't pass student. I was normal. Top three things. And
Oh, oh.
this is what an American climber told me, that at 27,000 you don't want to lower your pants at the edge of the mountain. So just shows your
Pro
fitness.
tip, pro tip. Okay, next one, next one. That one trek which is still on your bucket list that you want to
Kal-
do.
Kalindi Khal in India. Kalindi Khal, which will start from Gangotri and come back out at Badrinath. Mother of all treks in
Okay,
India. I've been to the
mother
region
of
many
all
times,
treks.
Gauma,
I'll
Tapovan.
make one. I'll write this one in my bucket list also, and hopefully, I would be very glad if I could travel or trek with you
Oh, yes.
someday.
For anyone who is here listening or will listen in the past, Kalindi Khal is the mother of treks in India.
Okay, coming to my next question, what are the foods that you would recommend someone who's going on high altitude trek?
Sorry, what is
Top
the?
foods, top food habits you would like to recommend to people who are going for high altitude treks.
I can tell you, eat whatever is there natural. Don't eat anything unnatural. I am against, the protein bars and anything which is artificially processed before 6 months before, which is using a binding agent to glue itself. You take it in, you are constipated. I believe in simple process, normal. I take Satu for my pre-workouts, even when I train climbing stairs. Normal Satu, simple
So
chana dal,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
tekwa ka powder, yeah, black chana ka powder. One company
Everything
I'm recommending.
organic.
Everything organic. It has more power. The rickshawalas in Bihar and UP take that and run the cycle with three people, and so there's no need for protein bars. Or I eat good chana. Is it there in my backpack on a trek at any point of time? This organic foods is what I take. Simple desi khana is what I follow. Nothing processed, made 6 months before goes in my stomach.
Okay, okay, okay. And what
No
are the
biscuits.
top?
No biscuits. No
No
biscuits. No
biscuits?
maida. No maida.
Oh, no. Meta though definitely no.
No
I
biscuits.
can
No.
tell that. Yeah. So
Because biscuit
okay,
is nothing. No, maida. Yeah.
coming to
Biscuits is
next
maida.
one. Top three advice you want to give someone who is going for a high altitude climb.
So one thing is power your lungs and listen to Wim Hof. Wimhof. Wim Hof. The Wim Hof
Wim
method.
Hof.
Go on YouTube. We don't have the time here, but go on
Yeah.
YouTube. Wim Hof. Never fall sick again. And all of you listening to this in the future also will say that after following him for a month, you will feel 5 years younger. And he will transform your body for a cold weather plus a climb. Your lungs will be 5 times more powerful. Nothing matters on the mountain other than lungs. Nothing, nothing.
True, true, true. As much as you can breathe and combine it with your legs.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's it. So climb staircases and Wim Hof method 1 and 2. That's what you need to do. Eat
I'll I'll
natural food.
definitely I'll definitely go on YouTube and search for this method and try to practice it.
Yes.
Okay, coming to our next part now. This game is called this or that. You have to choose between the two options I give you. So we'll start with treks in Himachal or treks in Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand for me. Uttarakhand.
Maggie or dal?
Number one.
Okay, okay. Do I know the answer to the next one? But I would definitely like to do choose one. Maggie or dal rice?
I've answered that. No maida. No binding agent. No adhesive goes in my intestine.
Alpine style trekking or expedition style trekking?
Both. I've done both. I've done
Okay,
both,
you
and I
have
like
done
it
both.
both. Yeah.
Oh, you like both also.
Yes, I like both.
Nice,
There's
nice.
no different times, different things.
Oh,
Especially for people who balance work-life balance like us, so can't leave their
uh,
jobs or careers and want to do you do it at different times.
so do you like trekking solo or you like going with groups?
Solo or very small, one or two people. I don't like to go with a group of more than four ever. I've not done a single trek with more than group of four in my life.
I think shorter the group, better it is.
Yes, yes, yes. And I know want to only go out with people who I know can do whatever close to what you're trying to do.
Got it, got it, got it.
My
That's
time is
wrap up.
important.
That's bring us to the end of our gaming section. Now coming to this very interesting section because we are on Wild Country app. you are also there. I would like to ask you, what is that one thing you like most about the Wild Country app?
So one thing clearly before I got to know about this app through someone, I'm saying there's a community missing out here. There are
Yeah.
mountain goats like us, people wanderers, and just pure people who love the outdoors, or people who are working but love the outdoors. And this community has grown so much, because when I was trekking in the Himalayas 25 years back, I would solo traveling. People would call me mad. Now I find it difficult to find a place where I can go and hide with so much crowds there, right? But there was this need for this community to come together. There's skydiving which is happening. There is diving which is happening, and we as a country need to come together to say, look, there's a platform in this country. You don't need to go anywhere where in the world and make friends outside. There are enough of your own community of bikers and paragliders and so on, and all the sports out here to network with and learn with and share things with, exchange products,
Thank you so
share
much. Thank you
products.
so much to whoever is watching this live for the first time and have not heard of Wild Country. Like, I would like to tell you that Wild Country is an adventure app meant and built for the adventure people who are following their passion. And if you want to connect with all the adventure people who are following any adventure activity, trekking, hiking, rafting, skydiving in India, in anywhere, you should definitely download this app and connect to the community. Click the link in bio and you'll there. We'll see you there. Okay, okay. Now, before we conclude this live session, Venki, I would like you to give out one message to the adventure community. If there is one message, what would it would be?
So, my point to simple my own experiences, I always summarize. In the end, we only regret the chances we did not take. Mauka mila, kar
Hmm.
do. Don't, whatever is their thing, and when you want to make things happen, things will happen. So go and live your dream. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for tomorrow.
Definitely.
When
I
when the
also
calling
believe in
grows,
the same.
when the noise comes from the ear and ear, it means you're meant to do it.
I think follow the voice inside.
Follow the voice inside. It happens, and that's what my own experience. That voice was there for, trust me, 33 years before it manifested into reality.
Yeah. So thank you so much, all the people who have joined us in the live. Please go on Wild Country app. Follow Venki there. His ID is Venkatesh Maheshwari. Follow Gokyo. You are going to love the adventure gear from his brand, and we will see you there. So, and I'm going to come next time with another adventure athlete in conversation. So, see you all there next time, next Saturday. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye. Thank you, Venki, for
Thanks.
joining.
Bye
Bye.
bye.